And we're back for the winner's match, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be Siki versus True Touch. This time a best of 3.
Yes, it is, and True Touch looked definitely pretty well above Zaraki. Zaraki kind of beat himself a little bit in that game, but and True Touch responded calmly. He didn't quite seem 100% on the ball with maybe not realizing the proxy hatch was there after the first attack. But he definitely seemed, he seemed pretty solid all the way through. He got a good link position despite Zaraki's superior position at the top of the ramp, and so he's as well placed as he really could be to take a game off Siki right now. But it's best of 3, I believe, isn't it?
Indeed, it is. And taking one game off Siki, all right, maybe doable in a ZVZ for a top level Zerg. Best of 3. That's pretty difficult. But you know what? To be honest, I think True Touch would give us a much better series against Siki than Zaraki would, even though I do still like Zaraki.
Yeah.
True Touch is, of the few players in the foreign scene that I think might have any, like a 1% chance to take a series off Siki, I'd say, like True Touch, Technics.
Is maybe one of them.
Maybe Eon Zerg on a good day, and that's probably it.
Yeah, that. Maybe Doty. Don't forget Doty. He can do it.
I still need to see Doty play against like a really high caliber Zerg. He beat some Zergs in the qualifiers, but I wouldn't rank them like S-class foreigner.
Apart from when he went 3-4 against Ziki in a finals.
But that was like a year ago, though. So.
Yeah, but Ziki was still the best of anyone back then.
The problem with that is that was like over a year ago, and at the time Siki was not nearly the level he is now, where he's been like non-stop training on Fish against Koreans. So even though he was good back then, he wasn't as dominant as he is now, I don't think.
I think we need to save this one for the forums. But yeah, this is going to be a serious uphill struggle for True Touch. But yeah, you're right. If anyone can do it, it's probably him.
Mm-hmm. So with that, best of 3 ZVZ incoming, guys. Here we go into game number 1.
Let's do it.
Alright, going into game 1, at the bottom right is the orange Zerg. We will have Mr. Siki himself. At the top left as the blue Zerg, we will have True Touch. Hopefully stating there is in fact no lag in the game. Oh, what a refreshing change of pace.
Yeah.
There's always complaints about lag, but this time no lag whatsoever. Nice.
It's like occasionally you want a newspaper to read, John from Land's End did not die yesterday. He was not brutally murdered. And he had a nice day and a good evening watching TV. That's the kind of thing you like to see. You just want a little bit of good news. It's good that the Broodwar players bringing that little bit of happiness and light into the world. It is their job after all to bring happiness to many, as we all know. And so best possible conditions. Presumably Tupac was allowed nowhere near this game. No, it is in fact Salinas, our noble observer for today. Salinas, the hard worker. And we both got both these guys, making up overlords first and foremost. So no super early crazy pool action.
Yep. By the way, Elegant, I think you should actually make a newspaper that only ever has good news. I think that would do really well. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe it's just me, but I would like to read that newspaper. Because you're absolutely right. It's depressing news like all the time. It's terrible.
Exactly. It's miserable, isn't it? I don't even read the newspapers anymore. It just makes me unhappy.
Yeah. Well, every time I read one news article, I have to go, spend the next 10 minutes looking at pictures of cute puppies or something to make me feel better.
Exactly. You gotta go and search for some global warming denialists and people who say the Middle East is actually fine, just to make yourself believe that the world is still worth living in. It's tough. It is tough.
In the meantime, both players have gone for, I believe, 12 pulls here. Siki's, for some reason, is like a half second faster on everything. I don't know why. Technically, it should be the other way, because True Touch has the minerals on his left, so he could have done the larva trick, which I think he was doing, so I don't know why Siki's faster.
Because he just is.
Yeah, I don't understand. What the hell? Look, he's literally half a second faster on everything. The hatchery as well. All the buildings.
What a boss. Yeah, he is. You're right. He's squeezed half a second somewhere. God knows how. And
He
to be
didn't skip
honest,
the drone or anything, did he?
to be honest, it would probably no skippage. It's all completely above board and fine.
Ah, man, what? Doesn't make sense. All right,
I
whatever.
don't know. Maybe it's just one of those funny things. Some slight discrepancy in mining, drones being slightly less efficient, one way or the other. It's probably something like that.
Yep.
Although it would
Probably.
be Ziki who ends up ahead that kind of thing. But never mind. Both these guys going up to a little bit of lair tech action now. And both being pretty conservative with their firstlings, as you'd expect, from two guys who both have expansions to look after. Now kind of heading out a little bit. They might actually meet in the middle. It's going to be quite fun.
Yeah, and both overlords are about to head over to the natural, so they'll basically see exactly well, they'll see that they've done mirror builds here. And I think both players will be pretty happy about that. No silly build order nonsense going on.
Yeah.
But that will basically just make it come down to a pure test of skill, which maybe you don't want against Ziki. To be honest, I'd much rather be going 9 pull against Ziki's 12 hatch than go mirror builds.
Yeah, as would I. As would I.
And I'd still lose, but you know, it'd make me feel better for a few seconds.
Yeah, you'd think you might win, and that's, you know, more than you'd usually get. And here, Ling speed kicks in for Ziki, and it's still not kicked in for True Touch, and he might lose a drone right here. In a little bit of a surprising turn of events. Ling speed's still not done. Where the hell is it? Ling speed is nowhere near done for True Touch. This is scary stuff. And Ziki's gonna get a robot. Oh no! Oh no! Every single one of the Lings makes it into True Touch's main base. This could go really, really horribly. He's still got speed. One drone goes down, 2 drones go down. This is getting ugly. Why? Oh, why is his speed so incredibly late?
Because he went lair first, Elegant. He went lair first and made a catastrophic mistake, which is to let the speedlings into his base. He should not. I don't understand, because the gap between the natural hatchery and the ramp on this map is so small. This really should not be possible. That was just a huge blunder by True Touch. I mean, if it was a bigger map like I don't know, like Bloody Ridge or something, where the natural, the hatchery to opening distance is really wide, I could sort of understand how this could happen. But I mean, just look at this gap. This is as short as it gets, and yet he's still allowed the Lings to slip in. Now he's going for the huge counterattack. I don't really see Ziki allowing this to do too much. Pretty horrible start here for True Touch, and it looks like some of his Lings are getting distracted by one random Ling. Looks like 2 running back for some weird reason. I don't really know what's going on.
Yeah, yeah. This was a very, very strange blunder by True Touch, I have to admit. You know, Ziki is now going to be feeling firmly ahead. Look at that supply difference. That is rough. 19, now 20 to 25. So, yeah, that's already a very, very significant deficit. We have a lot of Lings still being produced for Ziki, though. And it looks like he's going to be heading out right about now. True Touch should be on top of this. He should have a very good handle on Ziki's Link. Oh, look at that. Ziki getting a very, very nice little sneak through and making his Lings really, really do their best. True Touch pulling back. Ziki going around, possibly hiding the full number of his Lings. True Touch is looking like he's wanting to head them off. No, it looks like he's actually going to pass him by. Oh no, it might get caught in a very inferior position. And Ziki is going to get some more Lings into True Touch's natural. This is really, really tough for True Touch to hold on to. He may manage something yet, but he's going to need a great defensive position to be able to hold that ramp, and he relinquishes the ramp straight away, and now his drones are in worse than serious trouble.
Yeah, and his Spire pops, he's got no larva to make into mutants. I mean, True Touch is basically dead at this point.
Absolutely.
He's going for the all-in counterattack, but you can see Ziki's going to hold this off fairly easily. GG from True Touch. Ziki takes game number 1.
Yeah, that was deeply, deeply convincing.
Yep. But, I mean, it was really just an error on True Touch's part, allowing the Lings into his base.
Yeah.
That basically the one move determined the entire game, to be honest. That was about it.
And it's a really strange error, a really, really weird error, and weird to see how his Link speed was so much later as well, a lot later.
Well, I mean, that's understandable considering, well, I assume he just went lair first and Ziki went speed first.
Yeah.
But if you know that that's the case, then he really should have been a lot more careful about I mean, the whole dynamic of, you know, a person getting Link speed first and, you know, assaulting the other Zerg's natural is this play where, you know, the Zerg who has speed tries to, you know, poke the far side of the hatchery, force the Lings out to defend it, and then tries to run into the main. Oftentimes you see players will divide their Lings into 2 groups to try and have one group attack the hatchery and the other group kind of sneak in, and all sorts of shenanigans like that. So, I mean, that's like the standard kind of dance of Zerglings that goes on there. So Druid really should have been a little bit more on top of that, especially on this map where it should have been easy to defend. I'm sure he knows it himself as well. He's probably not too happy about it, but that's okay. It's still a best of 3, so he's not out yet. He just has to win 2 games in a row against Siki.
Yeah, that's it. You know,
Yep,
that is
that's
it.
Simple.
He's less than 20 minutes away from beating Siki.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah, ZVZ.
So with that, we'll go to a quick break and then see what happens in game number 2.